Hello everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm excited to introduce our topic, diffuser fouling in aeration systems. On this first slide, you'll see the title and subtitle. In this presentation, we'll explore what diffuser fouling is, why it matters, and how it impacts operational efficiency. We'll also discuss ways to identify and address this common issue. Let's get started. Fine-pore diffusers are especially vulnerable to fouling, and that's mainly because of their small pores and slits. These tiny openings are essential for creating those fine, oxygen-efficient bubbles we need for effective aeration. But because they're so small, they also open up multiple pathways for fouling to happen. While these small pores are great for transferring oxygen efficiently, they also make it easier for dirt, biofilms, and other particles to get inside and clog the system. So, it's really a trade-off. The design that improves performance also increases the risk of fouling. Understanding these vulnerabilities helps us appreciate why maintaining and cleaning fine-pore diffusers is so crucial. It's all about balancing the benefits of fine bubbles with the challenges of keeping those tiny pathways clear. Now, let's talk about waterside fouling, which is primarily caused by biofilm buildup. This biofilm is made up of bacteria and slime that form on the water side of the diffuser membrane. When this happens, it can significantly reduce the efficiency of the diffuser. One way to minimize biofouling is by operating facilities with longer solids retention times, or SRTs. This approach helps control the growth of biofilm, keeping the system running smoothly. Next, we have airside fouling, which occurs when particles from the blower inlet air pass through the filters and clog the tiny pores of the diffuser. Sometimes, precipitates can also form inside these pores, leading to pore clogging. Both types of fouling, waterside and airside, can impact performance, so understanding their causes helps us develop better maintenance and operational strategies. Let's take a closer look at how fouling can impact our aeration system. Excessive head loss and pressure buildup over time can actually damage the membrane. When this happens, the membrane may lose its flexibility or even tear, which not only reduces operation efficiency, but also leads to costly replacements. Now, regarding diffuser life, fouled membranes don't stretch as evenly as they should. This uneven stretching causes bubbles to grow larger and become less efficient at transferring oxygen into the water. As a result, the system's overall oxygen transfer efficiency, or OTE, drops significantly. Speaking of OTE, when fouling occurs, it restricts airflow through the diffusers. This increases head loss across the diffusers, meaning more pressure is needed to push air through. To compensate, the blowers have to work harder, which in turn increases power consumption and operational costs. All these issues, higher head loss, increased pressure, and reduced diffuser lifespan, create a cascade of negative effects on the entire aeration system. They impact performance, increase maintenance costs, and ultimately affect the efficiency of our treatment process. Recognizing these impacts underscores the importance of proper fouling management to keep the system running smoothly and cost-effectively. Let's take a closer look at how these issues impact our operations. When diffusers are subjected to excessive pressure, their lifespan can be significantly reduced, sometimes by as much as 2 to 5 years. That's a big deal because it means more frequent replacements and higher maintenance costs. Now, this fouling of membranes doesn't just shorten their lifespan, it also affects efficiency. In fact, membrane fouling can reduce oxygen transfer by around 30%, which means our system isn't working as effectively as it should. And when diffusers become fouled, the power needed to operate them increases. We're talking about a potential 40% rise in power consumption. This not only impacts energy costs, but also puts additional strain on the entire system. So overall, fouling and excessive pressure don't just cause maintenance headaches, they directly impact operational efficiency and cost. That's why addressing these issues is crucial for maintaining optimal performance and reducing long-term expenses. Now, let's talk about ongoing monitoring and filter maintenance. It's crucial to have a proactive approach to keep the system running smoothly. Regular checks help us catch issues early before they impact performance. Preventive measures are key here. For example, comprehensive cleaning should be performed whenever we notice a decline in performance. This full cleaning helps restore optimal function and prevents buildup from causing long-term damage. In addition, frequent maintenance activities, like mini cleanings or what we call air bumping, are essential. These smaller, regular interventions extend the interval between full cleanings, saving time and resources in the long run. Ultimately, consistent maintenance is vital to combat fouling and ensure the diffuser continues to operate efficiently. By integrating control and cleaning strategies, we can maintain system performance and achieve the best results over time. Result: regular air bumping helps to slow the decrease in OTE and extends the operational life of diffusers between major cleaning events. This process causes biofouling to slew off the membrane, which is a key benefit. When we increase airflow, it opens up the pores in the diffuser membrane, helping to prevent buildup. Typically, this is performed once per week to keep things running smoothly. The idea is to send high airflows through each diffuser for a short period of time, just enough to do the job without causing disruption. Now, how does it work? Air bumping is basically a series of quick, frequent mini-cleaning sessions. It's used to extend the time between full cleanings, which can be more invasive and costly. This simple but effective technique helps maintain system performance with minimal disruption to daily operations. So what is air bumping? It's a proactive approach, your first line of defense against fouling and performance decline. By regularly performing these short bursts of high airflow, you help keep the diffusers clear and efficient. In essence, it's a straightforward preventative maintenance step that plays a crucial role in overall system health. This slide highlights one of the key challenges we face with maintaining our aeration tanks. As you can see, the process is quite labor-intensive and requires taking the tank out of service for several days. This downtime can impact our overall treatment capacity, which is a significant concern. The process begins with draining the tank completely, which is the first step. After that, we move on to thorough cleaning, starting with high-pressure washing of all diffuser surfaces to remove any buildup or biofouling. Following that, we do manual scrubbing using a soap solution to ensure we get rid of any stubborn biofouling that might be lingering. Once the cleaning is done, we need to rinse and inspect the tank carefully before we can return it to service. This step is crucial to make sure everything is in proper condition and functioning as it should. It's important to note that full cleaning becomes necessary when we observe performance degradation, even with regular air bumping. This usually happens between 6 months and 2 years of operation, so planning for these maintenance efforts is key to keeping our treatment process running smoothly. Overall, while these cleaning procedures are essential, they do come with operational challenges, especially regarding downtime and resource allocation. Managing this process effectively is vital to maintaining optimal treatment performance. Now, let's talk about the two main approaches for cleaning diffusers. First, there's the automated system method, where acid is injected directly into the air manifold while the diffusers stay in place. This can be quite efficient because it minimizes downtime and physical handling. On the other hand, we have manual removal, where you physically take out the diffusers and soak them in an acid solution. This method is more hands-on but can be necessary for thorough cleaning. When it comes to rigid diffusers, like ceramic units, chemical cleaning often becomes essential. The reason is that fouling tends to occur inside the tiny channels, making it impossible for physical cleaning alone to reach those internal areas. That's where acid soaking comes into play. It helps dissolve the buildup from within those small passages. So, in summary, choosing between these approaches depends on the type of diffuser and the nature of the fouling. For rigid diffusers with internal blockages, chemical cleaning through soaking is often the most effective solution. It ensures we can restore proper function and prolong the lifespan of the equipment. Regular visual inspections and performance testing are essential tools in our maintenance toolkit. They help us identify fouling issues early on, which means we can intervene before these problems cause significant drops in efficiency. Catching issues early is always less costly and less disruptive. Monitoring trends in aeration system pressure, or head loss, is particularly valuable. If we notice a gradual increase, it can signal that cleaning is needed before we see a severe drop in system performance or operational efficiency. Continuous monitoring allows us to plan maintenance proactively, rather than reacting to failures, which keeps the system running smoothly. It's also crucial to keep the inlet air filters on the blowers clean. Dirty filters can allow particles to reach the diffusers, leading to airside fouling. Regular filter replacement is a simple but vital step to prevent this buildup, protecting our diffuser membranes and maintaining optimal airflow. Ultimately, proactive maintenance and vigilant monitoring are our best strategies for preventing severe fouling. They help us maintain peak system performance over time, avoiding costly downtime and ensuring consistent operation. Staying ahead of fouling isn't just about fixing problems, it's about implementing preventive measures that keep everything running efficiently.